W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of The Funny Thing About Death by Joe Caulfield, narrated by Joe Caulfield. To my brother, James Caulfield. Chapter 1. David Cassidy and Other Stories. She was 4.5 years older than me, so I have never known a world without Annie. She was already here, ahead of me, being exciting, inventing games and making up stories. One of my earliest memories is of lying in bed and Annie pointing into the sky on Christmas Eve. "There's Santa and his reindeers," she said. I jumped up to see them, and there they were. Santa on a sleigh, soaring through the starry night sky. Who needed hallucinogenic drugs when your older sister could make you see things? The power of a big sister is mighty, but it makes for an unreliable narrator. Purple Smarties were poisonous. The Virgin Mary appeared to her in the bathroom. If I cut my hair, it would grow back blonde. I did, and it didn't. And David Cassidy was her brother. Yes, 70s TV's David Cassidy. He was busy filming The Partridge Family, but visited her whenever he could, she said. It seemed logical. Who wouldn't rather live in California than on an Air Force base in Norfolk? I soon realised that I should believe much of what Annie said in the same way that I believed Shirley Jones was David Cassidy's mother. I knew it wasn't true, but it didn't stop me enjoying the show. Storytelling, or lying, is quite a skill. You can't just jump into it. I learned this lesson early in life. A very valuable one, considering that years later I would become a comedian. Conditions need to be right. You need to know your audience. When I was about 6 years old, Annie 10 or 11 and our brother James 8, we were playing on a bit of wasteland on the RAF camp. The ground was muddy and had dried hard into a crazy paving pattern. James and I were following Annie, putting our feet neatly onto each dry slab, trying not to touch the edges. That was the game. This was a familiar order in our childhood: Annie, James, and then me. Annie said, "Don't leave your foot on too long, or the cracked edge will separate, and you'll fall all the way down to Africa. You'll land in the Sahara Desert." What an amazing thought. I could completely imagine this piece of dry mud whooshing down cartoon style through the earth, and then suddenly popping up with me on it in Africa. In fact, Journey to the Centre...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?